Let's talk about that new Deadpool movie.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
I ain't trying to get too nerdy on them. Hey, I know you haven't. You're missing out, bro.
Yeah, because you ignored the text.
Yeah,
you ignored the group chat.
All right, and we're back. Welcome to the Unquestionable Podcast. We are here today on this fine Wednesday with my boys. Back in the hood, in the selection, the crib, unknown location.
Yeah, different scenery.
Different scenery for the boys today.
And obviously we're missing somebody. He called out, but we'll get into that a little later.
Things happen.
Right.
Things happen.
But what's up with gang? How you guys doing?
Chilling, man.
I'm out here living. Worked a good 8 hours today. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Yep.
It's been a long
day, man.
And it's been a long week. It's launch week, so.
Yeah,
it's been
a lot of moving pieces, a lot of moving parts. Thank you for everybody out there supporting us, man. It's means a lot to us. We fuck with you guys. We appreciate everything, bro.
If you haven't already, you know the deal. Like, comment, follow, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. You're here with your boy Chris, your boy Bucci,
yes sir,
and your boy Kev. We're gonna have a good old time.
Yup. Shit, what we getting into today, boys? What we getting into?
Shit, baby. Let's talk about that new Deadpool movie.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
I ain't trying to get too
Haven't
nerdy on
seen
them. Hey, I know you haven't. You're missing out, bro.
Yeah, because you ignored the text.
Yeah,
you ignored the group chat.
Let's talk about it, though, bro. As a big fan of Marvel, bro, I am like a comic book nerd. So I fuck with all that shit, the superheroes. It is what it is, dog. Fight me about it. But Deadpool, bro, is let's talk about the behind the scenes, bro. They charted at number 6 on the opening fucking box office gross profits. They hit
first week
500 in not even the first week, bro. So right now, when you guys see this, it'll probably be longer. Probably won't even be in theaters anymore. But we're on like the first week right now. But Monday they hit 500 million. And I think all the people covering it, like the bloggers and everything, the news reporters, they're like all saying, "Oh, it's not even gonna hit like 200 million. Like that's a far fetched dream." These fools hit 500 fucking million, half a ticket by Monday, which is crazy because when you think about it, that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And usually they show the little early previews on Thursdays, but 500 million, dog, is pretty gnarly for what they're doing, in my opinion. I think it's on track to hit 1 billion eventually, bro. Not a lot of people think that, but I got faith in them. I saw the movie twice. I saw it with the boy Chris and boy B.
Yeah, it was good, bro. I'm not gonna lie, Kev, you missed out.
Yeah,
I fucked with it.
Right.
I thought it was funny.
I guess I'm missing out over here.
No, you really were, because I thought it was super funny. The cameos were fire. Like
cameos were fire. The story itself was pretty fire. I thought it could have been a little bit better, but hey, I'm still here for it. You know what I'm saying?
Unpopular opinion. I've told this to many people before. I just find Ryan Reynolds in certain movies funny, but I thought for the longest time I didn't like Ryan Reynolds like his he's trying to be too funny in a serious movie, but then I was like, okay, this is the way he is, like this is the way he's doing it and stuff like that. So I kind of I seen the first Deadpool and stuff like that, and I was like, why is he is there like jokes in it? Like I was like, at first I didn't like it, but then I did rewatch it again with like my dad and stuff. So I definitely gotta go check out Deadpool, but that was the only thing that was holding me back. Ryan Reynolds, he's a good actor and stuff, but based off what you guys are saying, I definitely gotta check it out.
Nah, yeah, a lot of people who don't like the actor in himself, bro, say the same thing, and I get it. Like he can be too much at times, but the purpose of Deadpool, reading the comics, bro, like this fool is like on 10 of what he even does, and the whole point that he be talking to the audience and like breaking the fourth wall and shit is because in the comic books he literally does that shit, bro. He literally fucking acknowledges the fact that he's in a comic book, and then like in one comic specifically, he pulls up on the writers of the comic book. It's like a whole ass thing. It's like cinematic as fuck, but that's the whole point of his character, that he's just hella out there, bro.
Yeah, and I think he sells like the essence of Deadpool really well, especially like he says when he like taps the fourth wall and makes a joke about the Marvel universe or
Or the
makes a
movie
joke about the
itself,
movie
yeah,
itself
what's going
or
on.
about the actor in the movie or something like that. It's,
Yeah,
it's
it's
hilarious.
crazy.
Like,
Well, since Mario's such a big fan, was there any Easter eggs, or did you catch them, or figure it out?
Tons of Easter eggs, bro. Too many to even discuss. Dog.
and are we gonna? Do we really want to spoil it for the people? You know,
I mean, by the time they see this, it's already gonna
it's
be
probably
like,
out. Yeah.
well out there. But I still won't spoil it. But bro, go watch it. Go support it. I fucked with the movie tough. I like the story behind it, and I hope it hits $1 billion in the box office, bro. With that being said,
R.I.P. Stan Lee.
R.I.P. Stan Lee, dog. With that being said, do you guys know what the highest gross movie of all time was?
No.
Avatar. Fact check me, but it's either Avatar or Avengers Endgame. Both those movies hit like 2.8,
No, yeah, I
2.7
know.
to 2.9 billion in the
I know
box
Avatar
office.
hit like over 2 billion
The
for sure.
original
I just
Avatar,
didn't
yeah.
know like if there was some like old school movie that
Nah,
because you're talking first weeks, right?
No, I'm talking all
Or
time.
are you talking all time, like
time.
just all time gross?
All time gross.
I honestly wonder like what the top 10 is. To be honest, we should probably go over that.
All
one day.
time, there's a lot. Like Avatar's up there. Avengers Endgame is up there. Avengers Infinity War is up there. Spider-Man No Way Home is up there.
All Marvel movies.
Joker's
Dark
up
Knight.
there.
Wasn't like Dark Knight probably up there?
The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger. Shout out my
Bro.
boy Heath Ledger. Rest in peace, bro. Greatest
Yeah.
Joker of all time.
Bro,
That
I'm
was
not-
up there.
I'm not gonna lie, like that movie in itself, even like the opening scene of like the bank robbery and everything,
Yeah.
just so iconic, bro.
Yeah.
That's one of my all time favorite movies.
Very
for sure.
cinematic.
Bro, yeah. Hey,
Right off the
sure.
bat.
I'm a Marvel fucking stan, baby, but that Dark Knight is by far one of my favorite comic book adaptations of a superhero in like real life movie shit. That movie was just fucking insane, dude. Like cinematically, like I can't even describe it, bro. I don't even fuck with the dude who played Batman. What's his fucking name?
Which one? Christian Bale,
Christian
Ben
Bale.
Affleck.
Yeah,
Which one?
I'm like
There's
an
a lot.
iffy fan about Christian Bale. Like he's cool. He was cool in that movie, but Heath Ledger like out fucking acted that dog in the movie.
No, I
So,
honestly fucked with Christian Bale in that one, but I do think Heath Ledger
on some
did
other
his
shit.
thing,
He's
bro.
on some other shit.
But that shows to like RIP Heath, like in the state he was in that moment and where that movie took him. Unfortunately, shows like how dedicated he was to
a lot
getting
of
that
peop-
across.
Yeah, a
like,
lot
you
of
know what
people
I'm
say
saying?
that he passed because he was a method actor and he just got so into the role.
Yeah,
But in my opinion, it's probably a little bit deeper than that. That's what the outside in is always going to say. But
yeah. It probably
You
is.
never
It
know.
probably is a conspiracy. But I
you
heard it
never
was
know.
a certain stuff like that attributed to it or something like that. And that's just it's crazy. The end somebody will go to portray a story for the masses.
100%.
It's a literal art, like for sure.
no, dead ass. What actors do out there, bro, is crazy. Like everybody always be like, I could be an actor. Even I say that shit, but it's like, bro, I don't even know. Like motherfuckers like that will make you second guess that shit. Him and Shia LaBeouf are straight method actors. Like they'll really change their lifestyle for a whole fucking 8 months just to go to this
Hey,
fucking movie.
body
real
changes,
quick.
Christian
mental
Bale's
changes.
like that too. You could see Christian Bale's in movies where he's fat. He has movies where he's anorexically skinny
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So there's a lot of actors that do that and do it well. Like even 50 Cent. I know the movie didn't do well.
Shout out 50 though.
Shout out 50. That cancer movie was lit. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie. I fucked
Hey,
with
but
it.
what it is though, bro, I mean, it's like, what? We all got jobs, bro. You pull up, you do your job, right?
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if you're,
Do it to the best of your ability.
yeah,
you know?
your job was to go be this fucking far left, far right, 100% different person that you could never even expect yourself to be. What are you gonna do? You're gonna go fucking do everything you can in your power to go get those fucking 20 mil right there just
Yeah.
to do that. Like, I
And
ain't
to try
lying.
to, you're trying to. Some people do it for the love of the movie. Some people do it for the love of acting. Some do it for the awards. Everybody does it for a different reason. But like you said, they dive
Yeah,
head on into
they're
these
passionate,
roles,
bro. They
low-key.
are passionate.
And
I
it's-
got a lot of respect for them fools.
And it's low key cool to see. But today I was watching. It just dropped today. Andrew Schultz interviewed Lil Yachty, and they were talking about Drake and stuff. And they were talking about why doesn't Drake get into acting? And they got into the SNL thing and everything. And they're saying it's low key just a matter of time in a sense. Not necessarily it's a matter of time, but if he wants to, he could go
It's
come do
there.
it and do it well.
It's there for the boy.
Could you guys see Drake come into movies, headline a movie, and literally sell to the masses? Because you've seen him get into production with Top Boy. You've seen him get into
Yeah.
executive producing shows and stuff. What if he comes out with his first?
I don't know about headlining
You know what I'm
a
saying?
movie. I don't know about how serious he can act. I know that he would be a really good like supporting actor, if not antagonist, in a movie that was like had a little comedic sense to it. because he's kind of funny, like in the SNL skits. I thought they were pretty funny.
No, like his delivery for the more I say it, the less I like it.
Shout out to Martin Rose and the Kings, doggy. Come on.
No, for sure.
But I can see that.
Yeah, I think that he has some type of like value to it. Like it's Drake, bro. Like if Drake is in a movie, people are gonna be like, "Are you gonna go see that Drake like movie with Drake?" Like,
no,
y'all watching the Drake movie
for sure. I mean, there's lesser artists we've probably watched movies just to see their parts. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, I would love to see Drake do like they said. I think Yachty said it. He said, "I'd like to see him do a mob boss role," and I was like, "Bro, that would be lit." See Drake do a mob boss,
the Toronto accent.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
The Utes and the waistband.
Bro, that shit would be hilarious. That shit would be hilarious. You know. And especially after
that'd be tough, you know.
After the recent tragedy, I feel like that's a good pivot right now.
Toronto accent is insane, bro.
Dog,
not trying to get off topic or nothing, but that's insane.
That's why he signed Smiley is to start like basically entering it into popular culture slowly. So when he started doing it, it wasn't
hella.
I guarantee it. I'm calling it. That's my conspiracy right now.
I'll give you that.
You know, because then he came like a year or two later. He started talking like that a little more, and it was like, they already charted, so
he said Wagwan Delilah.
Talk about it. That song is hilarious, bro.
That song is funny.
You cheesed me, bro.
I'm so cheesy.
You cheesing me, fam?
Cheese. That
shit is hilarious. Chris, you thirsty over there, boy?
Yeah, lucky I am. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Hey, speaking of Toronto, Ryan Reynolds is from Toronto.
I don't know if he's from Toronto.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know about Toronto, but he's from Canada, right?
He's from Canada for sure.
Yeah, he's from Canada. That was funny when he
fact check.
What did he say?
They reference
no, when the nice one came. When the nice one came. What'd he say?
Fool had a thick ass accent. He said, sorry, everybody, sorry.
It was so funny, bro. So funny. Hey, Loki, I didn't know that shit. You told me that Ryan Reynolds, because I remembered the role that he played in X-Men. Like I remember him slicing the bullets, all that shit. Yeah. But I didn't know that you told me
his character was named Wade Wilson.
Yeah, and that's
Deadpool's comic book name.
Well, I know, but you said that he's the one who like petitioned for the series, right? He's the one who like kind of went to Fox and said, "Hey, let's make this a movie," and then
fake way. So what happened was he started X-Men Origins as Wade Wilson, who, for those of you who don't know, that's Deadpool's comic book name. Like the dude, not his superhero persona, but his name in real life is Wade Wilson. He played Wade Wilson in X-Men Origins. The movie kind of flopped. A lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people also didn't like the fact that their depiction of Wade Wilson, aka Deadpool, it was like just kind of whack, like not necessarily what those comic book lovers out there or superhero lovers out there was looking for. So it was like a flop almost like his fucking Green Lantern movie. But people were just not fucking with it. Hit his ego hella hard. He just wasn't having it. He was trying to petition for, let's do a different movie. Like, fuck that shit. Scratch it. Let's get out of here. Let's do actual Deadpool comic book accurate. They gave him a budget to do like a what's the word? Like a fucking pilot scene, opening scene. And then at that point, when they were finished with that pilot scene, spent all that money on it, they're like, nah, I don't think an R-rated movie is R-rated superhero movie is gonna do good in these times. Whatever. Boom. Someone fucking leaked the video, and it's infamous that Ryan Reynolds and all the other, I think there's like 2 other writers and directors or people who really were pushing that movie forward. None of them will say, but they all said the same thing. They're like, only 3 people had that fucking footage, but wasn't me who leaked it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But someone leaked it, and it benefited them because once they posted it, everybody out there was just like, the feedback was insane. Everybody was like, okay, I can't wait for this shit. I like, this shit looks dope. Like, and essentially Fox was like, fuck it. Like, if everybody wants it, but like they were forced to fund that shit. So,
which is a pretty dope story in itself.
Yeah, he manifested that shit, and then look where he is now. He's in a whole franchise. He fucking migrated over 3 movies deep, migrated over to fucking the Disney side of Marvel. For those of you who don't know, Fox recently, like what, 8 years ago or so, some shit like that, don't quote me, they had rights over all X-Men characters, which are Marvel, but certain companies have certain rights to make movies about what superheroes or whatever characters they're allowed to use. Like Sony's got Spider-Man. Fox for the longest time had the X-Men. Disney for the longest time had like the Avengers and all that crazy shit. But recently they acquired Fox as well. X-Men as well from Fox, and that's where Deadpool made his first fucking debut in the Disney side of Marvel, and it was Disney's first R-rated movies, which is kind of fucking crazy to me.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. And it tells a lot about Ryan Reynolds too, because even like you said, it sounds like he's, you know, driven. And when you see him with the aviator gin, you see him with Mint Mobile, you see him he signed
Welcome to Wrexham, had his own TV show about the soccer team that him and homeboy from It's Always Sunny, I think, purchased on the fucking whole soccer team. And bro's got endeavors on endeavors, dog, like side
he's
quests.
Successful at them, bro. That shows when
he's a hustler.
When he's set on it, he's gonna make it happen and he's gonna do well. Cause shit, those Deadpool movies, like I said, they're written well, they're written witty, like intelligently funny, like type thing.
Funny.
A lot of the jokes will go over your head if you're not really paying attention. He had to whisper a couple in my ear because I was just like zoned out, thinking it was like so cool. What's going on? I missed a couple, but it's for real a dope movie. I really fucked with it.
Yeah, shout out to Ryan Reynolds, bro. Not to get too crazy on him, but yeah, he's hustling, he's doing his thing.
But speaking of Ryan Reynolds and all of his like endeavors outside of acting, it had me thinking the other day. I saw on Vice. We've talked about it before, but like that Odd Future article, that Odd Future tweet that went viral about where they're all at now. Future. Yeah, it went viral, and Vice published an article the other day of like kind of where they're all at. You know, with Lionel being in The Bear, Jasper's doing a bunch of commercials and all that stuff. Taco was in Dave, and he's acting now. And
Tyler's fucking around with fucking LV now.
Yeah, doing all that. Yeah. Sid in the internet, and just like where they're all at. You know what I'm saying? And you could even see the Frank Ocean, Steve Lacy, like all the people that were involved and like where they're at now. And it
successful as fuck, bro. They got in their bag and did what they had to.
And it just had me like kind of thinking about,
it's like career development. Pretty much.
That in like in like a wide sense, I guess. Even with athletes, you see Kevin Durant and LeBron getting very involved in production, whether it's media, movies, music, different things. They're getting involved heavily because they know they're in the tail end of their career. You see Jeremy Grant was on some news channel talking about investing. I guess
Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, I guess he's heavily involved in like stock hedge funds and stock investments and things.
Shout out Jeremy Grant.
And just seeing these different athletes,
he's a baller,
and these different artists, you know, kind of
not letting the fucking shit waste, like not letting the spotlight go to waste, bro. They're taking action and they're making the most of it. They're gaining their bag, they're hustling, they're spreading their endeavors elsewhere other than what they're in the spotlight for, bro. And I can only respect that, dog. Shout out to everyone on Odd Future, bro. For those of you who don't know, I was an Odd Future little fucking stan boy back in the day. I fuck with Tyler Creator tough. Back in 2012.
Tyler Creator had a bunch of people fucking riding skateboard. Remember that Odd Future woke in skateboards,
golf wing and all that shit.
Golf wing. Hey, go look me up on Twitter at Golf Wing, baby. Come on.
That shit was funny, bro.
Funny,
no, but it just had me kind of thinking about all of that, and I was wondering to you guys, who do you guys kind of think made that best transition in a sense? Off top of your head, we can point out the obvious is in Jordan and these guys who made billion-dollar empires outside of sports or outside of their original profession. But who do you guys think is doing the best right now at kind of making that transition from, like, even you could see Drewski making that transition from kind of online skits to trying to get into that reality space. You could tell he's pitching in a sense, and like he's trying to get into these Netflixes and things of that nature. We talked about Shane Gillis going from online and stand up into writing and creating these shorts. Who do you guys think right now is doing well?
Kevin Hart.
Oh, he did.
Kevin Hart, because I don't know if y'all remember, this fool was like some side character in the scary movies and like some comedical ass, like, who is this cat? Like,
the Epic movie, wasn't he the
he was the
albino dude?
Nah, Epic movie, he was.
Or which one was that?
Epic movie, I think, was the one with Drake Bell where he was like the Spider-Man fucking parody or whatever. But Kevin Hart's like his best friend or whatever. But the one you're talking about is like Scary Movie 2 or some shit where he's the albino, or Scary Movie 3. One of them, but yeah. Crazy as fuck to see this guy come from being like some random ass character that they probably just added in last minute to just straight headlining comedic tours and like starring in his own fucking movies. He even tried to get serious for a minute. It's like, hey, nothing but respect for that fool. He's doing his thing right now.
Yeah, and his production company's huge right now too.
It is.
He's on track to being like a billionaire too.
Oh,
I
for
think
sure,
for
for
sure.
sure.
I think for sure, especially him getting into the podcast space and what
Uh-huh.
he's doing now, even in that media space.
And he's
It's
fucking
gonna-
around with Amp and all them motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Like,
it's only
shout
gonna
out to
create
them.
longevity. And speaking of that, bro, that was hilarious. The cipher, he
His
did the
cypher,
chocolate drop
bro.
and shit again,
Yeah.
bro.
That
He's
shit was funny.
he's for sure tapping back into the youth. He's realizing where things are changing, and he continues to evolve through it all. So I agree, Kevin Hart is killer at that for sure.
Yeah, he's doing his
Honestly,
thing.
I probably had to say one thing that I've kind of been watching as of recently, just a past time, and a person who was actually in the WNBA, the NBA, was Jeff Teague in his podcast, how he talks about his transition from the NBA and like what it actually really is and stuff. Like it's not like as, linear as people think it is.
Yeah, and his style is different.
Honorable mention.
His style is different. It's
Yeah.
not like a media style. It's more of like a storyteller style.
Yeah.
And it's funny because he even talked about it, bro. He said his wife said, you tell all these NBA stories to your friends and you guys go on this podcast and bullshit about other stuff. Why don't you tell them about what they care about, the NBA? Like he said that on Draymond's
on
Draymond's podcast.
NBA,
And he did that and the next video went viral and he's been doing it ever since. Just being like kind of like the funny storyteller. I showed Mario his shit the other day.
I was watching it with this foot.
I mean, because if you think about it, like you don't get to hear about the locker room talk. You don't get to hear about like all this other shit. I mean, one thing that I will say about like Draymond Green, his podcast is really big, but like he talks about like he assesses post game. His podcast is like post game. Like
he's more of like a media, a journalist perspective in a sense.
And it's like it's a raw, true perspective. Like, yeah, I fucked up that game. Yeah, I got ejected this game. Yeah, I fucking punched somebody and stomped on Sabonis' chest. Like,
I fucked that fool for that, bro.
I know.
Stinky ass finger guy.
He is off to a lot of people, but I think that just like the space from going, well, like Jeff Teague is out of the league. Like, just Jeff Teague and himself just kind of like being like, he has a ring. He got a ring.
Let's not forget, Jeff Teague was a dog.
He's a baller, bro. He's a baller.
He was raw with the Hawks too.
He's a baller. That. Like he has a ring. He's respected. If you have a ring, you're respected. But I just think that who he is as a character and like in himself, like just the kind of the way he talks, you don't really think that he would kind of be like talking like that. Yeah. I thought Jeff Teague was gonna be like more hard bodied or something like that. Like just like the image that you have of him and playing in the NBA, you think that he's about his business. But when he's like talking on his podcast, he's like, yeah, man,
he's just relaxed.
He's hella relaxed. Like it's hella cool just to see the transition and him like talking about pretty much like
see the
what's
real
going
him.
on. Real him going on going out of the NBA into a podcast space. So.
And I mean, sports make you aggressive, dog.
Yeah.
Sports bring you out of your character name. Like obviously to the outside looking in, you're gonna look like he said, like some fucking standing on business motherfucker, but really it's just like, nah, it's just the adrenaline, the aggressiveness of just wanting to win, bro. It shows in a lot of stances, bro.
Exactly. They're just doing their job that day. Exactly. And it's like, to you, they're performing, but to them, it's just they're showing up for their job. And
they trying to win, bro.
Exactly. They're about the business and really trying to do it. But I do think with Jeff Teague, a lot of it too is I think he did a great job with his casting by bringing his friends,
right people.
Yeah, by bringing his friends, like it has the right dynamic where it's just comfortable. They're forever firing on each other and joking, and
those
like,
are funny.
Bro, Behan is hilarious, bro. Like his co-hosts, they're fucking hilarious for real. And even like Draymond was like, why didn't they come or something like that? You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, I really think Jeff Teague has almost done the Matt Barnes where it's like he goes into media and he's going to surpass anything like he's looked at for in the NBA in a sense, not like in a negative way. Obviously they both have great careers and
not like it's going to
huge fan of both of them, but I'm just saying like they're getting more fame and notoriety in a sense after their career because
which is good for them, bro. You don't always get that longevity, bro. And I mean, he even had his run for like a great amount of time, bro, but it's like not everybody gonna be a LeBron or a Steph Curry or fuck Klay Thompson, but Klay Thompson. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody gonna go down as one of those people that all the little kids are gonna be like, red. Like you ask a fucking little 7-year-old right now, y'all know Jeff Teague? What? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
But it's like he has a respectable career. You're right. It's the same thing with the Matt Barnes thing. Because if you would have asked some of those kids, like when we were growing up, if they knew him, like they probably wouldn't
not at all
have known him as much because he was a lot older. But in a sense, he had a great, respectable career when you look at what he did in Orlando, Golden State. You look at just how he helped even in the morale standpoint with the Kings when he was there.
Yeah, he wasn't no joke. He had a great career, bro. Very respectable, very in my opinion, legendary, dog. And it's like,
And it's cool to see him shine after
yeah,
career,
exactly.
you know?
He's still going hard, and it's
Yeah.
not even to do with any. I mean, like playing wise, but like yeah, he's going hard in the media type shit.
Yeah, he's
which is
involved in
dope, bro.
Showtime
Yeah.
basketball, made that shit
Which is
huge.
dope.
He is a
Bro.
iconic man for the Derek Fisher incident. I will never not fucking mention that because that is
Bruh.
insane. The guy's messing around with your baby mama and you drive fucking 500
He a
miles
dog.
or 300,
He a
500 miles,
dog.
whatever,
That's
to go
crazy.
pull up on him and press him and
He a
straight
dog,
like whoop
bro.
him, bro. Like
And
that
that's
is
the
crazy.
one rare occasion. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not rare, but I mean, that's the one occasion that like you see
That's
that fool on the
straight dog,
court and
man.
he's standing on business. Now off the court, that motherfucker standing
Stand
on business too. like,
bro.
Hey, no, that's
He bout
That is
it.
insane.
and it's
story.
crazy because that's his baby mama's husband now. So
Yeah.
Derek like coaches his kids and shit. And like, bro, I guess they're cool now and shit, but like still, it just
Fuck Derek Fisher.
That's crazy.
Fuck Derek Fisher.
Yeah,
though.
man.
Nah, I fuck with Matt Bart's tough, bro. That's the
up.
guy I would say because I do think like we talked about. I think he just
Yeah, he's doing his
found
thing.
a way to continue to shine after his career, even though he was one of those like those grinding gear guys where you might not have seen him in the outside of the machine, but he was a big part of the machine in a sense, you know. And Jeff
Straight
Teague's
up.
just like that. So I
I'd
love
say,
to.
yeah, I'd say they in their bag trying to run it up. Yeah, in my opinion.
On that note, Kev,
Yeah.
I think you got something for us.
Yeah, I do. I actually do.
What you got? What you got?
Well, my first thing is that, you know, obviously we started this podcast and stuff, and I actually kind of want to ask individually, like, how do you guys feel? Just like, you know, the pressure, the pressure, you know, the like, you know, the releasing of it. How do you guys feel about it? Given that, you know, there's a lot of like outside noise, possibly, you know. I wanted to see if there's, you know, anything going on in your guys' heads, like just releasing the podcast, those jitters and stuff. And now that we're actually doing it and we're living authentically, staying true to ourselves, like, how do you guys feel about it, you know?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was honestly sorry. We were both gonna talk at the same time, but I was honestly gonna say, I personally feel like I was super anxious leading up. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
I'm one of those people who like I overly obsess over certain stuff and I want to make it right and I want to do it correct and shit. If it was my choice, we probably would keep going for 2-3 more years doing pilots until we have everything figured out. Not really, but I just like I want to like perfect everything before I show people because I always want people to kind of want to like what I had to do or what I had to create or whatever it is, you know. And I know I've struggled with that in the past. So with this, I for sure just wanted to. Once it was go time, once we talked about it and it was go time, you know, there has been points where I've been a little jittery and little like, what are people gonna say? But at the same time, I'm like, man, you can't hate somebody for just trying, right? You know what I'm saying? So I just got to be myself. You know, I have my aspirations and my hopes on things I want to do and achieve in life, and it's like you said, I gotta live authentically to what I want, and because nobody else is gonna do it for me. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, I can't worry about everything else. I got to just do what I want to do and see where that takes me. So that's kind of like my thought, I guess.
It takes a gang. It takes a whole entire group of people to, you know, put this stuff together. And now that we're finally here, it's just that we've had a lot of thought. We've had a lot of questions, a lot of questioning ourselves, given, you know, Unquestionable The Podcast. It's, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot, man. And I think that that's why you got to stay true to yourself. And, you know, there's a lot of outside noise. There's a lot of outside perceptions. And, you know.
Hey, but there's always going to be people hating, bro.
There's going to be
Always gonna be
haters. There's
people
going to,
hating.
you know, people be, you know, watching
Like Chris
from
said,
afar.
our podcast ain't
it's-
going to be everybody's cup of tea. Hey,
Yeah,
and I
it's a
don't
good
hate
thing,
you
though.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing though, because it encompasses just like who we are as people, who we are as a podcast, what we stand for, what we embody, and, you know, just at the end of the day, our mission and what we're trying to achieve in life. And, you know, we're trying to take this seriously, and, you know, hopefully one day we're gonna look back on this and like, damn, look how far we came. So that's one thing that I wanted to bring up, was just staying true to ourselves. And I know we're not here with Boy B, but Boy B does add some, you know, some steez to the podcast, and definitely missing Boy B on the podcast right now, you know, just his presence and stuff. No homo or anything, but at the same time, you know, we're staying true to ourselves, you know. Unquestionable The Podcast, baby. You know, we out here trying to make it do, you know. Ends meet.
Making ends meet, baby.
Yeah.
But hey, like Chris said, bro, I mean, it's obviously a lot of hard work. Like you said, it's obviously a lot of hard work that goes behind the scenes. A lot of risks being taken. I mean, in our opinion, yeah. I mean, we gonna make this move, we gonna make that move, we think it's gonna be the best, but at the end of the day, when the move finally comes out, it's like, hey, is other people gonna fuck with it, and they gonna feel the same way that we felt about it? But it's scary, bro. But hey, if you don't jump off that fucking ledge, bro, you gonna forever be looking down. You know what I'm saying? So in my opinion, dog, I ain't feel no type of way about who thinks what or what thinks what. And I appreciate you guys if you're tuning in and you're fucking with us and you're supporting the movement, bro. Like that means so much from the bottom of all our hearts, dog. But at the end of the day, everybody can hate it. We still gonna make fucking episodes, dog. You understand me?
For real, because we gonna put out authentic videos. We gonna put out, some crazy shit that we got on the works. And
we gonna stay true. Yeah. We gonna play it through. We gonna be consistent.
And the thing is, I mean, shit. Worst case scenario, we stay consistent. This is something we have fun doing. We love doing, and we have something to show for it. Like you said, to our kids, to anybody. And it's not like we're not trying to half-ass it or nothing. We're taking our time. We're trying to understand things and figure it out. Obviously, it's a learning curve for us and everything like that. So that's part of the nerves. But at the same time,
start somewhere,
getting into the social media aspect and all that type of thing, and moving into stuff that maybe we were a little more hands off with and never really got into earlier on in life. It's
it's a lot, bro. It's a lot. It's a different change of pace. It's an abrupt change of the way that you're living. I mean, and by that I mean it's just like your everyday life. Like Chris was saying earlier in the episode, dog. It's like you're always on go since we started this shit.
Yep.
Hey, but time is money, baby, and money is time. So you know what I'm saying? Like, why wait around? You got to be on it. You got to stay on it. And if this is what you want to do, dog, go ahead out there. Go do it. Whatever it is that you want to do, go out there, do it. Jump off that ledge, bro. We can do it.
Y'all can do it too, because it took us a minute, but at the same time, we out here doing it, baby.
We out here, dog.
We out here.
Big things to come. Y'all want to hop on the podcast, hit us up, bro. We're taking guests. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have a few coming through pretty soon. Stay tuned for that shit.
Stay tuned for a special guest.
Big things coming, dog. But hey, if y'all out there supporting with us, rocking with us, fucking with us, you've been A1 since day one, you've been down, hit us up, bro. We'll bring you on. Come on.
Yeah.
Fuck with us.
No, definitely. And it's like, even talking about that, I feel like there's so much still to come. So it's like, that's another part, is like, we have this whole vision because we've already seen it. We have these things, but it's going to get slowly exposed to people. So that's hard too, because for us, it's like, oh, but you'll understand soon. Or, you know what I'm saying too? It's just like, but having to roll it out the correct way and trying to learn that too is like, it's been tough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
like you said, it's a learning curve, bro. It's a learning curve for sure.
It's one of those things that I think, the consistency alone is going to at least help us grow. And that's all we're worried about. We're not worried about nothing other than just creating something from scratch and turning it into the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of that, what are some kind of avenues you guys are looking forward to getting into, like when it comes to giving things a first chance? You know what I'm saying?
Shit, hey, I ain't opposed to nothing, baby. Tell me to do it, I'm there. As long as the check is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm honestly looking forward to like getting into other creative spaces, like I don't know, like diving into some type of like subset. No, I don't know, like some subset of like some like subsets of like music. How like I'm not trying to like bite or anything like that, but like the what's it called, the rap where they like dissect all the lyrics and stuff like that.
Genius.
Yeah, Rap Genius. I was drawing a blank.
But, that's for sure buying, but I'll still do it.
I know, but like at the same time, just like some type of subset of just being able to figure out how we can embody ourselves into something else. And I think that there's always going to be different avenues that we're going to be able to figure out and go down. Obviously, all of us are very passionate about music. So I think that like, some type of subset of what we do involving music, interviewing people, talking about their backgrounds, how they got there. It's just something that I know that we can do. And I think that we probably will put it into place pretty soon. It's just something that we got to put into fruition. But any type of subset involving music, and I think that we can definitely tap into different avenues, and that's why we got No Question Entertainment, baby.
Straight up. Hey, to our first musical guests that come on here, we gonna Nardwar the fuck out of you, dog. So be ready. Be ready.
But original.
You're second grade teacher. Just kidding. No, but I mean, even for me, it's like I'm just trying to get better at, I mean, I spoke about it in one of our early pilot episodes when we were first getting into all this stuff, but I'm trying to get better at documenting, you know what I'm saying? Like taking pictures, taking videos. I want to get better at telling a story with that documentation. You know,
our generation don't take pictures, bro.
Exactly. And I'm super interested in getting into, I've talked to you guys about it, the docu-series space or the documentary space and stuff, and finding ways to tell these interesting stories. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much out there. The more you look, and that was obviously part of why we have a podcast, is because there's so much in the world to talk about, to, you know, just dissect or think about. And it's like, it's never ending. And I'd like to experiment with all those interesting stories, I guess, in my like.
Nah, yeah, shout out to digital property, bro. That shit gonna be there forever until someone deletes it.
Letting everybody's voices be heard, man. That's the thing about it, is just letting people find their outlet too, like letting people like speak about what they want to speak about, and just kind of being a listener too. Like I think that's one thing that's taught me a lot about this podcast, is just like being able to listen and like actually provide like some good feedback and stuff. And I don't know, I feel like interviewing has always kind of been within us too. Like we always ask a lot of questions. We're always curious. We always want to figure out
Chris is
the ins and out of it.
For those of y'all who know Chris, this motherfucker don't stop asking questions, bro.
I like to learn. Sorry.
Are we certified yappers or what?
Chris for sure.
No, I'm a certified learner. I never stop. I'm obsessed with learning, dog.
He's a
no glazing on Chris, but man does love to. He's very curious, and hey, man, if Chris is a fact checker, he's the fucking number one fucking encyclopedia.
He's very questionable to the point where you might say, "Is he unquestionable?" I don't know, man. I don't know.
No, but I just like to dive into like you said, the curiosity behind certain things. Like I know there's a lot of stuff, even locally, stories to be told and things like that, and I'd love for us to get a hand on telling the story, you know what I'm saying? And especially as we continue to grow and learn how to get our productions bigger and bigger, we're gonna, you know, get to those points, you know.
Hey, in due time, y'all stick with us, stay down till we come up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're not perfect, but we trying, baby. We trying.
Jeez, speak for yourself, doggy.
Oh, you perfect?
I'm close
we in
to
a
it.
secret location right now. We ain't got nobody to leak it like Kai Cenat. Did you guys see that?
No, I haven't.
Because he was streaming in like a U-Haul van right now. And then I guess like he told somebody to pull up, help him out with something like that. And he leaked his location. And then somebody fucking like started driving the fucking U-Haul van while he's midstream. Hey, it could be scripted or whatever, but that shit is actually kind of crazy.
For sure, probably
scripted,
but it's the video I was showing you earlier with his little homie Ray. He said, I'm deporting you. Fuck that. He said, I'm deporting you.
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't even mad like that. And you got to think, how mad would you have been? They didn't even seem like all, like they, I don't know. I saw the clips. I didn't feel like it was the reaction I would have had if it was for real. I would have been more scared. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think even with the little Mr. Beast thing, how they burnt down the little set, you know what I'm saying? They're good at like,
they're
getting away with these
drawing
attention
on that note,
and
views,
the
bro.
No Question podcast ain't never gonna have nothing scripted, so let's just get that shit straight.
No, we're riffers.
Anything you say is either off the dome or that's real shit.
You know, we be riffing shit. For real.
Yeah.
No,
I'll be risen for real. You heard me?
I think we should, I mean, the stuff that we talk about, like we know what we're talking about, and I know we were confident to talk about. I think we should start involving more like a fact check break, and then boom, you know,
fact check us, bro.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And
if
no
you're
question
is hiring. No question is hiring, bro. You want to be our fact checker, dog? Come fuck with us.
Because we're all about, you know, displaying and portraying, you know, the correct information and no fake news, no fake media around here, right here. So, hey, if fucking Kobe Bryant didn't have 18 points in fucking 2008. Game 2, let us fucking know.
No, I think we could do it. We just either have to find a way to get a screen or something that we can AirPlay onto and have one of you guys with a laptop or something, or we can we could get an assistant producer like you said and get somebody who's back there running the works.
Yeah, bro, we're hiring. You want to fuck with us? Tap in, bro.
Only for the crazy questions. When we start getting questions and asking y'all or allowing questions to be, you know, put in the chat or whatever you guys want to do, and we're going to fucking fact check them. You know,
hey, if you're interested and you want to apply, send your application to noquestion.admin. What is it? Noquestion@admin.co.
Admin. It's admin, ADMIN at noquestion.co. Well, speaking of questions, if you guys have questions about us, about the podcast, about the creation of the podcast, or anything around shit, even topics, the world, anything. Leave the questions below in the comment section. Leave them in our comments on the Instagram. We're gonna go through all those. Definitely want to put together some of you guys' thoughts and what you guys want to hear from us, and kind of do it that way.
Yeah, let us know what you want to hear, bro. We'll get after it.
Yes, sir.
Whatever it is, man.
And with that being said,
feedback.
Yeah, and with that being said, we could just go into the second segment of the day. Iconic moments.
Let's get it.
Iconic moments is a segment where we're gonna basically point out an iconic moment in time, whether it's across sports, entertainment, media, anything, and kind of elaborate why it was so iconic to us. And with that being said, which one of you guys wants to start it off?
I'll jump it off, baby. My iconic moment is AI in his prime, dog. Allen Iverson, shout out to the boy.
Artificial intelligence or Allen Iverson?
That too. Nah, Allen Iverson, baby. In his prime in the NBA, dog was the truth, dog. When I was playing fucking 2K way back in the day on my little fucking PS2, like I would only, first of all, I don't know how familiar you guys are with 2K, but you could go and adjust like the players' stats and attributes and shit. I would slide his 3-point slider even crazier than what it already was. And I'd be like, I'm the Sixers, dog. Come on, let's go. Fucking just draining it, dog. Like, and people like, how you hitting those? Like some crazy ass shots, hella contested shit. I'm like, I'm AI, dog. What you want from me? But he hit iconic moments for sure because he impacted my life toughly, dog. And I wasn't the best basketball player growing up, dog. I was a little chunky motherfucker growing up. And like football was my main sport, baseball too. But basketball is just kind of like that side gig that I did to lose a little bit of my fat when I was younger. But your boy had the breakaway sweats, dog. I pull up in them with the basketball shorts under. I look like Michael Jackson hopping off the bench and just ripping them off.
Michael Jackson?
I don't know who the fuck else got
Michael Jackson had breakaway sweat? No.
In my world, he did, dog. Pause. Whatever the case may be, I had the breakaway sweats.
Michael Jordan.
I was jumping off the fucking bench. Bop. Yanking them off. I had the headband. Fucking
Calvin
Cambridge up, dog. I saw that movie and I thought I could really dunk,
like
bro.
Mike. Honestly, speaking, like, not to like cut you off or anything, but like that movie, Like Mike, was probably an iconic ass fucking movie. Like,
oh no, straight up, he had me thinking I could dunk.
No, for sure. He was in the NBA. He had you thinking he was in the NBA because he was like crossing up fucking Chris Webber and shit. You know,
everybody fucking thought that they could fucking just.
He was crossing up Maurice Chestnut, bro. Come on, come on.
No, but it was crazy. That shit for sure was an iconic moment. But even AI, like he was saying, when you talk to AI, talking about AI's influence on the game with just his flashiness and even the armband and the headband and the braids and just his whole influence even on popular culture as a whole and how he was the first one, really out there pre-game pulling up and what the rappers were wearing. He had the chains. He was rapping. Like, that shit was so sick back then. AI was really a trash rapper.
Did you see back in the day, the NBA had a pre-game like attire, like specific attire that you could wear? They said like no chains, no do-rags, no this, no baggy clothes. Like
it was damn near tuxedo type shit, like business casual.
Yeah, business casual. Like,
that's why you used to see LeBron in a fucking blazer and some baggy ass jeans, dog.
Then you see Russell Westbrook walking in with the skirt.
But I was saying that Kyle Kuzma nowadays walking in with like some like
crazy ass,
crazy distressed ass triple XL shirt and shit. It's like, come on. But yeah, shout out AI, bro. Iconic moment for sure. Had a lot of influence on me growing up. He had me thinking I was like Mike. Had me thinking I was Calvin Cambridge. Shout out SLB for the Calvin Cambridge song, you know what I'm saying?
And I'd like to say AI was probably one of those pioneers, like you said, of even kind of bringing in more fashion, like current fashion into, that pregame and into the NBA.
Risk taker, rule breaker.
You had Rodman dressed a little weird too, type shit.
Breaking the barriers and breaking the norms,
Yeah, it wasn't just your normal guy.
For sure.
I agree with that. What about you, Kev? What you got?
I was gonna say, what about you, bro?
You're going with Like Mike is really your iconic moment.
No, it's not my iconic moment, but I want to see what you have to hear. See what you have to say first.
Well, I see you could just piggyback off him.
Nah, that's crazy.
That's what's up, too.
No, my iconic moment, it was going to be around sports, but more of a business side. I've talked about it in previous podcasts, but the book, it's usually in our set, Shoe Dog, by Phil Knight, the owner of Nike. I think my iconic moment was when he made that jump from running into NBA in the big way by signing Michael Jordan and turning Nike from, like I said, just a running shoe for runners that revolutionized running into a popular culture shoe, into something that we still wear every day now. You know what I'm saying? You're never going to see those.
But yeah, and at the time, I don't think he knew any of that shit. He just took the risk, bro. Nobody was fucking with what he was talking about. They called him stupid, crazy. And then,
he didn't even like the shoes.
Yeah,
He said he didn't even like the shoes.
Yeah, didn't like the design that was finally made. Came out, and I mean, whoever has those fucking OG shoes to this day is like making a bag off
crazy,
them.
yeah.
Those
insane
85s
part,
are
bro.
crazy.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, too, they used to pay his fines and shit, so he'd wear the black shoes. That's another iconic moment that Nike was a part of. You know what I'm saying? They literally changed the strict dress code of in-game. Now you see these guys wearing lime green shoes all the fucking time, and it's because Nike did that, you know, as a marketing expense in a sense. But still, it's
find me, baby.
fucking
I'm just
iconic.
here so I don't get fined.
You know, just seeing how they did it, you know, and they came for running. They tried to revolutionize running shoes and stuff like that, and how they were able to seep into clothing and seep into everything after Adidas. What you have to realize is Adidas was so big
Adidas
before
was
them.
popping
You know what
back
I'm saying?
then,
So it's
yeah.
like people don't realize how big that is. That's like, you know, somebody dethroning Apple. Like we couldn't even, you know, fathom that in a sense. And
Android couldn't do it.
yeah, and I know it's not the same thing, but at the same time, it's just, you know,
Put it in perspective, y'all.
put in perspective. It's just something
It's the same shit.
like a lifestyle brand being dethroned, and you don't see it often. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was an iconic moment to me.
Longevity for sure. Like you said, to this day, the Jordan 1 hype came a few years ago. Now it was the dunk hypes.
And the 4 hype, the 3 hype,
the 3, they all come circling back, bro. The 11s, the Space Jams, all that shit, bro. It's
I know.
iconic as fuck, to say the least. Shout
Because
out
freshman
MJ.
year, everybody was fucking with 11s. Now
Oh,
people aren't
God.
fucking with 11s all that much. Now it's like everything. It's just
Like I said, a few years ago it was the ones. Then it was the dunks. Now dunks, motherfuckers. Shout out Nike though. I mean, I don't know how you feel about that. Shout out Nike though. They're
making it more accessible.
accessible to people to fucking block out resellers now.
Yeah, and
Just
they're even starting to try to do that by just making the shoes retail in stores,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just bigger quantities. So they're not, you
Which
know,
is cool, bro. I mean, shit.
it kills the resale market when you have that many shoes being produced. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So-
I mean, shoes
Got
is
people
cool.
going after motherfuckers, like the big scalpers and stuff, like lawsuits against them motherfuckers.
bro,
Crazy.
Some of those motherfuckers literally make like 20 bands just off of fucking one day.
Yeah.
I'm taxing motherfuckers for shoes.
Just
dog.
taxing
No,
people
it's
one
crazy.
day just because it was a recent drop and they just had the access to the shoes. Because everybody's gonna buy it the day it dropped, even if they didn't get it.
And that's not
just on some thirsty
mentioning
shit.
hoarding and
You know what I'm
fucking
saying?
like, yeah.
Yeah, just on some thirsty shit. Everybody
Crazy.
don't want to wait. They just get it the day it drop, even if they can't get it. They buy a resale for something crazy
Yeah.
and just
Shout out to them. I ain't knocking the hustle, baby.
it's hustle.
but,
Hustle is hustle, right? But fuck.
Yeah.
What about you, Kev? What you got? What you got for us? You got some good iconic moment, right?
I do got a good iconic moment.
Let's see it, let's see
I
it.
think one of the iconic moments that I remember as a young kid was when Ron Artest and Jackson started brawling in the crowd, and I think
Malice
that was
at the Palace?
Malice at the Palace. That was one thing. My dad, he was like, "Oh shit!" He was like, literally, was like on Sports Center and like all this other
Bruh,
stuff.
Jermaine O'Neal,
Yeah.
Ben
Like,
Wallace.
Dude, they were going crazy. They were fighting people in the
Throwing
stands,
blows,
throwing punches,
bro.
Whoa.
throwing jabs, just
For those people who don't know,
Straight
one of
crazy.
the fans threw a beer at Ron Artest when Ron Artest was laying on the side
Meta
table.
World Peace.
Meta World
Meta
Peace.
World
Yeah.
Peace.
Now.
Meta World Peace.
Yeah.
Sorry, dog.
And bro just gets up, it just runs into the stand, and Steven Jackson, being a good teammate, goes after him.
Yeah.
And
then
Meta
boom, just started going crazy.
just starts
Yanking on motherfuckers.
Yeah.
bro.
fighting the fans,
And
bro.
then they separate, and then Jackson goes back into the crowd and just start mollywopping
Yeah.
somebody, bro.
And it's crazy.
Insane.
It's such an iconic moment in the NBA because if you think about it, bro, you have so many people talking shit on you, calling you like all these, words and names and stuff, and then, bro, you have one bad game, like all it takes is that one trigger, that one thing, and they said, "Fuck it, bro." They said, "You know what? I ain't got nothing to lose," and they were suspended for how long because of that too. Like the NBA,
Well, it affected their
Yeah.
careers long
It did.
term. It
Yeah,
affected
it
the
did.
contracts they got later on. It affected like just everything. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, it
And
was
the-
insane.
one of the
bro.
reasons why I said that was an iconic moment too is just because if you think about it, there really has not been like a brawl like that in the NBA where people are just straight fighting fans.
Because they soft now, bro.
Yeah, well,
They
I
soft.
was about to tell you
nobody's
that.
fighting fans like that no more. That's an iconic
They
moment. I remember
saw-
that when I was a little kid. Like these dudes were straight up fighting. Like it's all over ESPN, all over the news and
But
shit.
one thing
like,
is too is because
that's
it's like
iconic as
you're
fuck right
you're a
there.
fucking millionaire, dog. You're hella famous, and then this little nobody is gonna like probably sue the fuck
get
out
under
of
your
you
skin,
for
yeah.
even if you fucking like regardless of the matter, but you throw blows with him, you fucking slap him at very least, dog. He's gonna sue you and probably fucking win and like grab hella M's just because he's the guy who got slapped by so and so. You know what I'm saying?
No, and I was going to say that too. I think that you notice across the league like there's just less fighting nowadays, and I think it's partially just because there's more to lose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
straight up.
People don't want to be the antagonizer as much as they used to back in the day because shit, you loved having that in the locker room and you weren't paying them as much, but now they're $200 million contracts that you're paying these guys, and
So
if
they can tax the
and-
fuck out of you.
you can get a public reputation just off how you play on the court. Look at what happened to DeMarcus Cousins out here. You know what I'm saying?
And he was the
fines
truth.
are-
And he was
bro.
the truth.
He
You
was
know
the
what I'm saying?
truth.
And
Them
he
fines
was
are
getting
crazier.
and he was getting fined just because of his reputation in some of the calls. You know what I'm saying? And some of the teams.
Draymond Green too. Shit.
Draymond. Like there's other people
Fuck
just
Draymond
like that.
Green,
And it's
bro.
like, but nowadays you don't see him at least taking it to that level where Isaiah Thomas used to take
Yeah.
it, where all these guys used to take it, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, like Doug Christie even. Doug Christie
Yeah.
It's that
uppercutted
grit,
Rick
bro.
Fox. That's
It's
an
that
iconic
grit.
moment right there.
And they
That
also
uppercut.
they also wasn't getting paid that much back then either.
Yeah.
You know what
That's what I'm saying. So now they have so much to lose. They have a legacy to lose. They have all, like we talked about earlier, how they all have these side ventures and endorsements and things. They have so much things
Yeah.
going on that
It's not worth it.
their image alone in the NBA is so valuable. So I
And the
feel
me-
like that's part of it nowadays.
And the media is
for
gonna
real.
spin like the way the media is now. They're gonna spin it as like they're
Whatever,
the antagonist.
yeah.
They're the ones who's like are
'Cause I'm sure some people be getting
doing it. you
I'm
know?
sure some people could be getting down after the games or something, bro.
Probably.
Like I'm sure.
They wasn't getting down like Artest and fucking Homeboy, bro.
Hey,
like,
real shit. Respect to Meta World Peace, aka Ron Artest. When I was in elementary school, dog, I had the Fat Farm jeans,
The Black
the
Forces.
Black Forces, and that Ron Artest jersey, and couldn't nobody tell me shit, dog. I walked up
Bruh.
to school, I was like, "Who wants some?"
Indiana Pacers, dog.
Right.
Hey, that was probably the only one you saw out here, huh? I ain't never seen an Indiana Pacers
Yeah.
jersey out here, really. That
For
shit was
sure.
lucky a grail back then.
yeah, that
Come
shit
on,
is
bring it
grill.
back.
That jersey in itself is a grill for sure.
Nah, I
back.
fuck with that.
Bring it back, dog.
Hey,
That
lucky
shit's
I'm about to
crazy.
get one now.
Shit's
Now that you
crazy.
said that,
Shit's
you
crazy.
just inspired me for the next
Artest
bit.
in the club.
I'm just kidding.
Shit.
No. But do you guys have any other iconic moments that aren't sports related? We kind of went crazy on the sports iconic moments.
I'll bring one up, off the dome. Bell bottom jeans. Bell bottom jeans was popping when we was little kids and shit. And the girls wore them back then.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it don't matter if you're a girl or a guy. Belt like the flared out jeans is popping. Like
Yeah, it made
Oh.
a comeback for sure. It went from, used to be some little That 70s Show type.
yeah, like some
vibe
hippie
to
shit.
now
But
they're doing it like with a distressed carpenter pant or
and
something
some of
like
them be
that. where it'd
swaggy, bro.
hard.
They be
Yeah.
swaggy.
See, I can't lie. I be rocking flared jeans all the time. So
Yeah, they hard, they tough, but everything it just shows fashion, music, genres, movie, whatever the fuck you want to talk about, bro. Everything comes back in a full circle.
no,
If it was
for
cool
real.
back then, it's gonna be cool in 10, 15, 20 years. Like everything recycles, dog.
No, definitely.
Gain original. I'm sorry to tell you.
I think another iconic moment that I'm thinking of is just the whole 90s hip hop movement in itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, not obviously 90s is what catapulted it, but people don't realize like DJ Kool Herc and like started hip hop in a sense. They say
Yeah,
back,
shout out DJ Kool
you know,
Herc.
not even 50 years ago. It was just the 50th anniversary, and then you just see how that era of like the Biggie, the Pac, and then you see it transcend into the big L's. You got fucking what's bruh's name? Why am I blanking? Big Pun. You got hella different,
Big Pun.
90s artists that just kept making it bigger and bigger.
NWA.
And then you even got Death Row, Snoop, Dre, Ice Cube. Like, I don't even know how I forgot them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You had the East versus West movement. It like is kind of reminiscent to even right now what you're seeing going down where they're kind of playing the geographical mind games with the Toronto versus Compton shit with the Kendrick and Drake thing. Is like, it's not the same obviously, but you just see how I mean, that.
Hey, the recipe's there. They're going to follow
Yeah,
it,
how
you know what I'm
that kind of
saying? That's what's there.
catapulted, you know, hip hop into that next level, into that top genre. And then we see people talking about how hip hop's falling down. Country's number one. You haven't had a hip hop number one in hella long. And then what happens right after?
They
Boom.
not like us. They
Drake
not
and
like us.
Kendrick beef. It's like things like that I feel like are iconic moments because maybe they're not still fully like, I don't know.
Well, you don't see it now, but like I do hear where you're coming from. Like in about 10 years, 15 years, they're going to be like, damn, y'all remember when motherfuckers was making country rap songs and then country was on the rise and then Kendrick and Drake started beefing and motherfucker dropped They Not Like Us and Kendrick had a whole fucking concert with hella motherfuckers that pulled
Everybody
up.
from LA.
And
Everybody from LA, yeah.
I don't necessarily think it'll stop the trajectory of country because right now with their
Fuck nah, country going hard.
with their
Country going hard
stars,
right
yeah,
now,
they got a bunch of stars right now that they're just gonna keep going crazy. But I think it did like they were talking about it on the podcast I was watching. It did create a huge conversation around it, like kind of catapulted them close. And that's why I said the '90s was an iconic moment because it reminded me of kind of how that Drake and Kendrick beef catapulted hip hop to be that forefront of the conversation in the midst of that.
With that being
tipsy
said, though,
song.
motherfuckers would have smoked each other back then.
Yeah, there was not CCTV and all that shit, especially with Drake's bodyguard already getting popped, and then
shit was not
shit
the
ain't
same
sweet.
in that aspect.
But it wasn't. I'm not saying it was
Kudos-
Kendrick's. It wasn't
kudos
Kendrick's
to them,
people that popped him. I'm just saying it's getting spooky in the streets for people.
They was getting naughty.
naughty, and go bun for bun.
We could go ill for ill.
Fuck that.
Nah, but shit. With that being said, thank you guys for tuning into this week's episode. We know that this isn't the normal space, but we love that you guys sat through this long. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, share some love.
Drop a comment.
You know, share the post on your social media too if you're really fucking with it.
Come on.
We appreciate you guys and hope you have a good night.
Peace.
See you guys next week.